I found that this is about 1 inch too long. What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the DW Garage Project. So, this isn't what I'm doing today. This is my my weekday project. What I'm doing today is this dilapidated motorhome. It's got a 440 in it, and we're gonna rip that out. I'm not gonna focus too heavily on this because this is kind of a side job, but these side jobs do help pay for the projects. You know, the projects like these control arms. Yeah, I got one kind of mocked up. So this is the design testing phase. Had a slight sizing discrepancy. We're getting a new one of these side braces coming in with the corrected size. Had a slight size discrepancy in my tabs on the sides right here. One of those is coming in. And for the lower control arms, the sides were fine. I had a missing part because I forgot to add the correct one to my my little tab order here that I got a couple weeks back. So what I'm trying to do today is get that 440 out and weld as much as I can on here. They won't be finished today because I'm still waiting on some parts to come in, but I want to weld as much as I can on these today, get them closer to a finished product little by little. So on my website, dwgagepanels.com, under the 72 to 93 group, when you go in there for like all the listings that I have for the 72 to 93 trucks, I have the pre-order up for these control arms, and the pre-order is expected to go on until, what was it, June 6th or June 9th, one of those days. It's a Friday, the first week of June. I don't have my calendar. Actually, I do have a calendar. I made these 6x6 calendars in the same holographic sticker as all of these ones. So what is that? Oh yeah, it looks like it's gonna be June 6th. So I have pre-orders open till June 6th on 3 different control arm packages. Basically, one package is just gonna be upper control arms. That's supposed to do that. The upper control arms are best for you guys that did the van lower control arm swap. I did that on my truck. And yeah, my truck's still over here. It's as best protected from the elements as possible. Still hanging out with his brothers. I got my suspension jig over here, the jig that I use to help get those control arm measurements and mocked up. So I'm going to be utilizing this a little bit later on. My truck's hiding out under the tarp. We'll get into this when the weather clears up a little bit. Basically, I need to have 3 major areas worked out on that one. I need to get the transmission rebuilt, and I'm going to use Cope Racing Transmissions to get the goodies for that one. They have, I think, what was it, a 600 horsepower rebuild package that has like everything on there except for a valve body, so I'm going to go that route. And I am debating if I still want to go a full manual reverse valve body or just get a nice normal forward shift valve body with manual shifting and automatic function. There's something I'm also working on. It is a little bit of work done. So I don't think anyone's ever seen it, but I had a 2017 Subaru STI, and that thing was kind of a money pit. It was a lot of fun, and it was fast, and it got me in trouble a few times. But the thing's a money pit. I was paying a pretty big bill just for the car payment alone. The insurance was high on it. I had to put premium fuel, and the damn thing was a gas hog, so I sold it, and it frees me up $600-700 a month right there. So it's gonna help me get my projects going a little sooner. All right, so this truck that I'm focusing in on right now, it's a 70s club cab. Lots of stuff in it for it in the bed. But the fun part is it's a Cummins swap. So yeah, the boys put a Cummins in this long before I started working here. And it still has the stock suspension on it. It looks like van lowers, but we're taking all that out, and that control arm set that was in my toolbox, that's going on this truck, and I'm gonna thrash the shit out of those control arms with the weight of a Cummins. And if they hold up against this Cummins, then I'm confident to sell them and know that there probably most likely won't be any issues. But yeah, they can handle a Cummins. Basically, they can handle the weight of a small block or a big block, because those are a lot lighter. Since it's really depressing outside right now, I think what I'll do is just do a couple of quick welds on these, and maybe it'll warm up a little bit, maybe it won't, and then I'll just time-lapse the RV of me pulling the 440 out of it. It shouldn't take too long. We don't care about the RV, and we only care about the motor, so it's time to do some roadkill action on that thing. When it comes to it, it comes to it. Let's see. You'll have to excuse the audio from that first section. I thought I finally had it figured out, and I did, but I forgot to set the gain on the receiver. So check this out. I got one microphone, two microphones. I got a charging cable going into a battery pack. It's working out pretty good. And I don't know if it'll pick up on here. It's kind of blurry, but it has microphone. Let's see if I can see it on the other screen here. If it will zoom in, I don't think it will. Anyways, it is charging and doing the microphone at the same time. So that was my upgrade, and I still have my Action 3. I tried to list it on OfferUp, and no one's buying it. No one's even interested in it. It's kind of weird. I guess everybody's scared of DJI right now. Well, I don't use their app for these, so they literally just record, and I hook it to my computer and get my footage, and that's it. So I'm gonna start with these lowers, because I have most of everything for the lowers except for one tab, because the big end is good. I don't have the small end, so I gotta wait on those to come in. But I have my sleeve adapters, and I have the rails, and they all fit. So we're gonna weld these up and see how they look. Ooh, hopefully that didn't warp too much. Still want to be able to thread the ball joint in. Yeah. And that sits flush. It'll be oriented this way up. Never seem to get this one aimed quite right. Not bad, not bad. Alright, let's see if it threads in well. Yeah, it didn't warp, it's threaded in perfectly fine. Cool. Even with one bushing in, I'll be able to throw a bolt through here and mock it up on the jig and see if this one's coming out right. Weird noises. Alright, yeah, let me get this pushed in and then we'll go over to the jig. Alright, we're at the jig with the control arm. And I'm going to take that off because that's the Mustang 2 spindle. We're going to throw a D100 spindle on, but I got to separate the knuckle from the ball joint. So, be right back. Alright, well, this is the trial and error stage still. Parts are still in development. I found that this is about 1 inch too long. It needs to be about 1 inch back for it to come up and get into this D100 spindle. And I think that's because I was taking measurements with the Mustang spindle, but I got the Dodge arm on here. So I think if I was to put the Mustang spindle on here, this would come up and contact it and fit. So now I know on the Dodge spindle, I need to make the arm about 1 inch shorter. So let me unbolt this and then I'll know for sure. Oh, the Mustang 2 one is so much lighter. Then again, it's also a 9-inch brake disc. Come on, I know you want to fit. Alright, which you do. Yeah, that's what it was. So this one's pretty much right in line. Obviously, if this was a 2-inch drop spindle, which it is, I mounted all of this using the Dodge D100 spindle. So this is 2 inches closer to the ground than it needs to be. This would all need to be raised up, but this is all in line right here. Yeah, maybe with that angle, I don't know, but no, that's pretty close. So I think with the Mustang 2 spindle, maybe I need to go back maybe a 1/4 inch, which isn't a big deal. maybe 1/2 inch. So I think with the Dodge, I need to go 1 inch, and on the Mustang 2, maybe 1/2 inch, but it's a lot closer with the Mustang 2 spindle. So yeah, that is the difference between the D100 spindle and the Mustang 2 spindle. The Mustang 2 spindle actually extends out a little bit further, so the lower control arm will be a bit longer. So I'm thinking the upper control arm is also going to be a bit longer for the Mustang 2. So I need to take my measurement from the flange to the upper and compare it to the D100 spindle and see what difference I got. This is one of those things where it's just a lot easier to figure out the math once you have the physical part in hand. And that's why research and development costs so much for really large companies. But I'm just a hobbyist doing this as a side thing. And I think what I make is pretty cool, and people buy it. Okay, set these up on the pallet. And there's the two spindles side by side, and as you can see from the wheel hub face to the upper, it's quite a bit more than on here. So I'm going to be taking these measurements, and then I'm going to be applying what I just learned from this test fitment, and I'm going to rework the packages a little bit and then get them cut. I think I'm going to do the Mustang 2 one and the D100 one, get them both recut and refigured. I'm thinking the upper control arms I made might fit, but I won't know until the rest of my tabs come in and I get those welded up and test fitted. So yeah, I'll have to test fit them with the Mustang 2 stuff because that's what I measured it to. I didn't take into account that the D100 spindle might be deeper when I was doing the design phase. I don't know if you can hear that, but that alarm's been going off all morning. It's annoying. They must have a bird in their shop or something. Alright, well, that concludes the testing for today until I get the rest of the stuff made up and redesign this and recut them. So we'll stay tuned for that. Yeah, it's buried in there. And it's nasty. Let's start a time lapse. Alright, this nest is out. That is a lot of nasty. This is a 440 nasty block, which I think it's a 440 nasty block. Whole lot of nasty. Yep, I'm gonna be sick tomorrow. This thing was very disgusting. I still gotta pull the seats. Well, there goes another day for the DW Garage project, and I pretty much achieved everything I wanted to achieve today. I got the measurements I needed for my control arms. This 440 nasty block is out of the motorhome, and I got some cleaning up to do. So I'll see you on the next video. Don't forget to subscribe. That helps me out a lot. It tells me that you're interested in what I'm doing. You like what I'm doing. Well, if you don't want to subscribe, at least leave a comment. Tell me how I'm doing. I mean, it's coming up to 1 year of me making videos, and I think I'm gonna have something really nice on my 1 year anniversary video. So stay tuned.